come sit with her. Queens over, they ain't similar. World changer women, we be feeling them. All around the world, they be screaming now. She gon' be like,
I have many male friends. Like I enjoy having friends that are men because it's just easier to like be.
Yeah.
You know, there's no like competition, silent competition. There is no like trying to figure out like, you know, like one of my best friends. I love her to death, but there are times where she's upset with me, and I'm like, "What's up? Like,
What happened?
yeah, what's going on? Like, what did I do?
Did I do something?
And it takes her like
Something
a
I
week to
said?
get over it.
Yeah.
You know, with like all my guy friends, it's like, oh, okay, cool.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what's so mad? You say that, alright, but I'm the exact way, but the opposite.
What do you mean?
Like, I have hella female friends. I only like female company. If I'm around guys, it's just one guy. You see what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
I can't be around like loads of dudes.
Yeah.
It's pointless. A lot of people don't understand, like, I've got a lot of female friends, and a lot of men don't understand my relationship with women. Like how it's so platonic and, you know, level.
Right.
Is that you got obviously male friends? Do you find that is it easy to keep that platonic kind of level, or does the lines get crossed sometimes? Or
I think, I mean, so when I was a young adult, like youth, you know, 18, high school.
I'm not gonna ask you your age.
Don't ask me my age on camera.
Cut that.
Right? No, but like when I was in high school, my best friend, like.
What year was you in high school? I'm joking.
No, I mean I feel like when you're younger, you don't quite understand like your emotions and your, you know, and of course like you want to be like, to me, ideally I want my best friend to be like my, you know, everything, my lover, my best friend, my whatever, blah blah blah, right? Mm-hmm. And you know, when I was younger, I didn't quite understand like the difference between what that was and it being a platonic friendship. Mm-hmm. But as I got older, yeah, like I think it can totally work. It has worked. It does work. Yeah. And but I would say when the problem comes or when the challenge comes is if my friend is married and I don't have a relationship with the wife. I lost one of my friends because of that.
Oh, because she wasn't willing to be in it?
She didn't feel secure. I think she didn't feel secure in who they were together, and she didn't feel secure with him and I hanging out. And having like the type of friendship that we had.
How did that make you feel?
I mean, I was heartbroken.
I know.
It was sad. I mean, I remember when he called me, like, so he got married when he was 22, 23. And I remember he called me and he was like, so, you know, I felt like he was breaking up, like,
yeah, oh,
breaking up
man.
with me. He was like, so,
I can't talk to you no more.
Basically,
damn.
You know, like,
shit.
Now that I'm married, like, we can't really, like, talk at all. And
talk at all.
Like, we could talk, but it was like, you know, certain, like, I can't call past, like,
when you feel
certain,
like it.
Exactly.
Damn, man.
And that was, like, my roll dog. But I was lucky out of it, though. Like, I ended up becoming really close with his sister. And we're best friends now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So here's it's a kind of good segue. What do you feel about marriage in that sense? Because for me, I'm married. Mm-hmm. Right? but me and my wife didn't see it necessary to go through any legal kind of
Right.
procedures and stuff like that, or even, have some sort of, but I'm married in the sense that our two spirits, our souls are tied. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I feel that and I know that when we're together, and that's it for me. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm not against traditional marriage at all, but what I am against is this notion that, or this idea that gets sold to us when we're young, is that, as soon as you get married, or the person you're with now becomes almost like your prisoner.
Owner.
Yeah, your prisoner or your owner, or you own them, or you own each other. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Or I own your person, you are mine. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Not just with men and women, but even women on men. It's like they just begin to, and it's almost like what really frustrates me, and for me, this is kind of like the number one killer of love. It seems is relationships and marriage. Because as soon as you ever, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but it's like you ever been friends with someone, you're cool, it's like, yeah man, me and you were chilling, then as soon as you get married, it's like, or as soon as you get into a relationship with them, it's like you can't even be the same way with them. All of a sudden now, you just doing this, or doing a side eye over there, or checking your phone, it becomes a thing for me. Whereas when we were friends, it was like, oh, whatever, you're on the phone, I'm just gonna go on my, do you know what I mean? It was all cool, but something happens when we put these titles on ourselves. And we start to, do you know what I mean? And then especially with an experience like yours, it's like, for me that would, obviously you're a big woman, but if that happened to me, especially in a young age, I'd be discouraged from even wanting to even get married. It's like, that's what happens when you get married, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To me, I guess I like to think of it from the beginning, right? So growing up, we read, fairy tale stories, right? The princess and the prince, and then they get married and they have this beautiful wedding and stuff. And then there's also like that coupled with like, the American dream, and what is that, and what does that mean? You go to school, after school, you find a partner, you guys come together, you have a family, and then
get a mortgage with a picket fence.
Right, exactly.
And a Labrador Retriever.
And then, generations after that, they do the same cycle. Well, what I feel like, I do believe in spiritual connection, 100%. And I feel that it's important to choose love, like choose to be in love, or choose to be with love. And in terms of like commitment, I feel like the word commitment is based off of fear, right? So like if we are committed together, that means then that you are bound to that commitment. You are bound to the band. You're bound to the marriage. And if you go outside of that, then you are no longer committing. Well, if there isn't marriage, if there isn't that like legal bondage, then why can't your spirits just be in it for as long as they want to? It doesn't have to be.
That's what I be saying. That's what I be saying.
But I would say though that it's challenging. It's challenging because you have to be able to unwind yourself a little bit, and meaning like from all of like the history and the thinking
to the tradition and culture that hell yeah.
Yeah, because no matter what, we're still fed it. Like
surrounded by
you go watch films. And you see, there's a couple and they're married. I mean, we don't have to get on the topic of even like, same-sex marriage or same-sex anything, but like even just the dynamics of what a relationship or what a marriage looks like it's fed to us constantly.
Extremely.
And so like, I'm not going to sit here and say that that I don't have moments where I'm like, because I was going to get married once upon a time, like I was engaged, and why I did not move forward was that I said to myself, okay, first of all, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. I'm an individual. Why can't we be individuals together?
That's what I be saying. Like, for real, I'm just checking this shit recorded. Yeah, no, but for real.
Like, I like the idea of being individuals, growing together, as long as we want. Because in that way, you are choosing to be with them. You're choosing to be with them.
Tell them.
Seriously,
Tell these bitches.
Yeah, and then when you don't want to be with each other, then you deal with that after that. But
exactly. Do you know what? I'm sorry. I'm happy. It's good coming from a woman, because men can be seen as insensitive. But this is the shit I say all the time. But obviously, men just want to be free to do whatever they want, which is true. But you know what I mean? I think you look more of like a knowledgeable, upright woman than I do. You know what I mean? So I think coming from you, it's like, oh, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
It's definitely possible,
true.
But it does take two people who are mature and they're clear about who they are and what they want in the moment. Because I do feel like my friends who I might explain to them, like if they ask me, so what's up with you and your boo? Like, what is he exactly, or what's going on there? And I'm like, we're just together. We're kicking it. And it's what it is.
It is what it is.
And for them, it's kind of like, oh,
crazy.
Okay, all right, But I do think it takes two individuals who are clear, who understand. It's really, you have to be in any kind of friendship, relationship, you have to be honest with yourself and what it is that you want and don't want. And if you can do that with someone who's on the same page as you, or you're like okay with what it is that they are about, then like go for it. But just because I don't want to ever feel like I have to make this work.
Yeah.
I'm making it work because I want to.
That's crap, man. And you know what really bugs me is so much people, family, friends, they get into that situation. It's almost like they've got this, along with real debt, they've got this almost marital debt. It's like, oh, I signed this contract, I made this ceremony, I gave this ring, so now I have to die latched onto this dead flesh who I have no more spiritual or even mental connection with. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And it's like, that frustrates me, scares the hell out of me. And for me, it's like, if I say this to my woman, I'm like, if we even start to get in that direction, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And she's like, you won't be gone because I'll be long gone before. Because it's real. It's like, hold on, we are here because we want to. It's like, for me, the way I see, sometimes I honestly feel like people can be married without even being, like, the marriage happens almost whether you like it or not. Does that make sense? It's like, I meet you, like, hi, that's physical, right? We get to know each other. It's mental, that's intellectual. So it's like, now I passed, you're physical. Oh, she's beautiful. I like your trainers and whatever. That's physical. And then we have a mental connection. Like right now, me and you are having this mental exchange, intellect for intellect. You see what I'm trying to say? And the more we have that, is the more our spirits either draw closer to each other or draw away from each other, or even just stay steady. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And I feel like with different people, it's going to do this. Spiritually, going to do that. Spiritually, you might do that. Or spiritually, you might just do this for a moment. And then, because you're in a different space mentally, you have to do this at some point. It's like natural. It's like, we're not, I was going to say we're not trees, but even trees move. Trees breathe. Do you know what I mean? We're beings, like, we're physical beings on a spiritual journey. So we're always consistently moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so to think that I've met you, I think you're beautiful, blah blah blah. We kiss, we spend fake time together, and then we get married and stuff. And then the moment when we need that kind of distance, naturally, it becomes difficult because of what someone else has said to you. That shit is scary to me.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
I was gonna say that also, I think you have to get to a place where you take ownership and responsibility for yourself. What I mean by that is like, there's kind of this mentality, and it's fed to us, you know, women growing up. It's like, well, you want to find a man who's going to take care of you. And I was like, well, what if I take care of myself? You know, then what? Like, if I take care of myself financially, my emotions, you know, my spirituality, then what and why do I need a man to take care of me? And when I realized that, like, oh, okay, it's really two individuals together, and we're both responsible for how we feel, what we want, and we're honest about that, then I think once you realize that, then you're able to move more in that type of direction.
That's facts. This is dope. So then, because just like you, I have friends that's always inquiring, so what's going on with the, like, me and my woman been together for like 5 years now, people still asking about what's going on with us, and I'm like, what do you mean what's going on? You don't see?
You're right.
We're good, like really good, like, do you know what I mean? By the way, do you know what I mean? But it's like, a part of me feels like what I'm experiencing is the truth, and I want to spread that. I want to help people understand, you know, real relationships, real exchange, real love. Do you know what I mean? I want it as I discover it, because I ain't got all the answers, but I am literally on a quest for that, because I think love is such an important part of it. Love and life are literally the same word, but that love part we really don't understand. I don't understand, and I'm on a quest to really discover it, you know, because, you know, I always used to look at relationships and be like, especially from my past relationships, be like, you know, like there's things that people, men and women consider normal in relationships, like, like, yeah, you know, women, or put a lock on your phone because your girl's always, I'm like, that's like normal. It's like not even, oh, that shouldn't happen. No, that's normal. You know, I'm with her, so lock on the phone.
Right.
Oh, I'm with her, so no calls after midnight or 11:30 or something. Oh, I'm with this girl now, so, do you know what I mean? It's like, all of these, it becomes, basically, people have accepted worldwide that when you get into a relationship, when you get into a marriage,
There's a set of rules.
yes, you have to start now policing the way you are naturally.
Right.
For the rebel that I've always been in my life, that used to baffle me. I'm like, that cannot be normal. I don't know why everyone's cool with it, and even I was cool with it at one point, but I was like, that shouldn't be normal. I used to wonder, how can you wake up next to someone every day with that kind of relationship?
Right.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, so for me, that led me on a quest to understand, like, to find something, find answers that wasn't being, that no one has in your everyday relationship. You know what I mean? And I really want to, even through discussions like this, you know, sharing perspectives and stuff like that, I really want to be a platform to show that kind of love and existence, you know what I mean? Because, you know, something I say to a lot of my people that baffles them is that me being in a relationship, this relationship with my woman, has freed me. It hasn't locked me down. That's cool. And that's even crazy for me. It's freed me. How is being with someone freed me?
Right.
And it's weird that that's even weird, because that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Anyone, like, forget about being in a relationship, anyone you meet should be an agent to help you progress, not someone who's gonna lock and hold you down. But we've accepted that being in a relationship is a lockdown, cuffing season, you know, your love lockdown, or it's all these negative words attached to being in a relationship. And that's totally false. For me, if you are in that type of relationship, you're not in a relationship, you're in a flipping, you know, death contract. You're in a mortgage with a person. You're in debt. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I want to get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.